Hey friends, let's chat a little bit about emotional regulation pertaining to ourselves as adults, parenting, how we raise our children, and also society at large. So, regulating our emotions is basically step one towards emotional intelligence or emotional freedom. And pretty much none of us were taught how to do this. So anything that we went through at an early age, like very early childhood, that caused us some sort of like, I don't want to say severe, but some sort of significant emotional reaction, if we went through that without a caregiver that shared the experience with us, that like walked us through it, helped us to understand it, helped us to process, integrate, and release. So if we didn't have that, then whatever story we built around these different things, and this goes all the way back to like infancy, so like tiny baby brains that don't really understand anything about anything, any experiences that we have, our brains will make a story around that thing about what it means in relation to us, right? Because when you're that young, you are everything. Like your thoughts are your are your world. So anything that happens like that to us, we store as like our base programming about what that situation meant, what those emotions meant in relation to me. What did I do to cause them? What does that mean about me? Who am I because of this thing? And usually it's negative. Like, I have to perform a certain way to receive love, right? If I act this way, this is where like that whole like good kid, bad kid comes from. So if I act this way that my caregiver celebrates or shows me love for, then I receive love. I'm this, if I act this way, then I am worthy. Typically when we have the other feelings, right? When we're really angry or frustrated and our caregiver would yell back at us or turn away, give us the silent treatment or, any number of different ways that they can react, right? Then that's what we learn, that part of us is not worthy of love, that part of us is bad, that part of us, but it's part of us, and we have to accept ourselves as a whole. So in relation to our kids, I fell into that. I absolutely showed my children early on, my earlier parenting, conditional love, not intentionally, obviously. In my heart and in my mind, I love them unconditionally, but I showed them conditional love. When they didn't act in the way that I wanted them to, I would make it mean something about me, and I would respond to them accordingly based on my own programming, which contributed to their programming. So in order to be with our kids and teach them these skills in real time, first we have to practice them. We have to start healing ourselves. We have to start giving literal love to our inner child, treating ourselves the way and accepting ourselves the way that we wish we would have been accepted. And sorry, that was distracting. In a way that we wish we would have been accepted, and in a way that we want to be able to treat our children, right? Like, I don't want my child to ever feel like anything that they do, any mistake that they make will determine my feelings or my response to them. So we have to start doing that for ourselves. I love me so much that I will show up for me and do that hard work in order to free myself. So every time as an adult, we are processing these things and healing these things from like the inner child, then that energy is able to clear. Those emotions are able to pass. The emotions, we might still feel those emotions, but they don't hold the same weight. They don't play the same story. That's like we're replaying stories that we've learned, made up in our past they're not real. They don't serve us now. Those things usually meant nothing about us and everything about the people that we were, that were put in charge of us. And then let's go further. So by helping our kids through this, so I'll give an example. This morning, my son was it's always brother on brother crimes. So my son was super annoyed with his younger brother because he wasn't not doing what he was telling him to stop doing. Like he kept doing the thing that he wanted him to stop doing. And so I'm working with Luca to teach him, like, you can feel the way that you feel. You can have the reaction of that annoyance, but what you do with it is what matters. So he will just get angrier and angrier and angrier because he wants to control what Leo is doing. But his true power comes in accepting that he cannot control what Leo is doing and adjust his own approach for for maintaining his peace. And so it's really hard for a 9-year-old to have like a goal of peace, right? Because all of the feelings are very big. So typically in the past, I would have said, you need to stop. He's his own person. You're choosing this, and almost come at him with like knock it off and be happy attitude, right? Which is so unrealistic. So I shared in his frustration with him. I acknowledged his emotions. I understand how frustrating this is. I understand that you really want this thing and that this thing is not cooperating or not happening for you. Let's choose how to move forward. And I instead reminded him of some go-to strategies, some breathing, taking a quick walk, whatever it is, right? Whatever is your go-to strategy for regulating your emotional response, and then responding from a place of collected, calm, level-headed, right? Nothing good comes from freaking out. It's not a successful way to communicate. So then on a massive scale, universally, but let's start with our own communities. When we start practicing these things, people jump on, right? So if you are running into people who are angry and short and tunnel vision and quick to react, quick to get mad, then that that can affect you, right? And then it's almost like energetic transference where you start to feel snappy and angry and mad, and then usually we take it out on the people that we love because we love them and they love us, and but we don't want to do that. I want to treat the people that I love the best. I want to treat everyone the best, but I want to treat the people that I love the best. I love them. I want them to feel that. I want them to be confident in that. And that comes from regulating my own emotions, because then I have so much more power and so much more freedom. I can choose. I can choose my responses. I can choose how I interact with other people. I can be aware of how I'm feeling. I could be forthcoming with it, right? If I'm feeling not great, I can express that to the people I love. I am feeling not great. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want my, yucky feelings to come off on you. I love you very much. This is what I need. I need some space. I need a few minutes. I need a hug. I need whatever, express your needs. Your needs will not get met if you're holding them inside. And then just be aware of that. So if people are being yucky and that can rub off, it's the same way the other way around. If you are if you are shining a light of kindness, if you are extending this connection with other people, that rubs off too. And if we're making the conscious choice to heal ourselves and take care of ourselves emotionally, then we can extend that same grace and love and kindness to those around us. And it spreads. It's energetic transference. It spreads. It's just what it is. So that's the challenge, and this is work that's so worth doing. It's so worth doing. So if you have any questions, write them down. I'd love to discuss any of this. I'm learning. I am no expert, but I try hard. My kids call me a try hard. I try hard. It's important to me. So I hope it's important to you. I want to see change, and we are it. We are it. We are here for this. This is our opportunity. So join me, and I hope that you have a very happy day.